So, hi, everybody, and welcome. My name is Sherry Placco, and I'm here with some great friends of mine. I'm here with Verna, Kelly, and Vera, and I think she's trying to get back in. And we are going to talk to you about how amazing Young Living essential oils are and why we love to talk about them. We're all going to share kind of our personal story. We all got started in very different and unique ways for very different reasons. And I think that's what makes this Young Living community great, is that we come from all different walks of life, but it is the best community. Like, I consider Verna a great friend of mine. We call and chat about life, not just oils. But if it wasn't for Young Living, I probably never would have met her. So Verna is actually going to kick off the class for us tonight. So Verna, over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Sherry. So welcome, everyone. So as Sherry mentioned, my name is Verna Kruger. And just to kind of give you a little bit of background about myself, I'm a wife, a mom of two boys who are 15 and 21. And I actually got involved with essential oils and actual natural solutions. So this topic is perfect right up my alley because of my youngest son. So he has severe ADHD and behavioral emotional disorders. And for a long time, my husband and I were trying to determine are some of his issues because of food, because of diet, and none of those things actually seem to have worked for him with food eliminations. What I actually discovered for him, it was the chemicals in our home that were his trigger points. So even before I joined Young Living and met Sherry, we actually started removing chemicals from our house. And one of the first things I did was I removed our laundry detergent and I started making my own. I now am using Young Living's laundry detergent through their Thieves line, but that's kind of where my journey started. And my story has thankfully a very happy ending. My son's going into his sophomore year in high school, and he actually ended 8th grade on the National Junior Honor Society, which if I was to look at him back when he was 2nd and 3rd grade, never in my wildest dreams would I have guessed that he would have been at that level that he was at the end of 8th grade. So huge strides for him. Took a lot of patience and all my gray hair, but and a lot of trying different things out, but realistically going the natural solution route is what I have found has really helped my family and myself even overall in wellness. So this is a little bit of background on me. So to kind of start everyone off, we are going to be talking about the premium starter kit here tonight. So I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like, and this here is the box that you get. And I have a diffuser going right behind me that you probably can't see, but Sherry has two behind her. To the left of your screen is the Dewdrop, and then to the right is the Desert Mist. The Desert Mist is probably my favorite. So you would get a choice of diffusers and then also the kit. So what is in the kit? There's a lot of wonderful things in here. So I'm just gonna slide the front cover off. And then when you open it up, inside on the top layer, and I say top because there is a bottom portion too, there are 10 oils. And I'm going to be talking about 3 of these myself. And then underneath, when you take this off, and it actually folds up to a really nice stand, there's a whole bottom compartment. You take a little board, and underneath are a whole bunch of other goodies. So I'm only going to be talking about 3 of the oils, and then I'm going to pass it along, and we're all going to be talking about the components that are in the premium starter kit. So there's actually 3 ways that you can use essential oils. You can wear them topically. So on one of the bottles here, I have a roller ball, and this is Peace and Calming, one of my favorites. And I can roll it on my wrist. I can also, a lot of times too, I put around my ears and my neck. And it smells divine. So you can wear them topically. Another thing that you can do is aromatically, you can diffuse them. You can also inhale them. And now I'm forgetting the third. Diffuse, aromatic, inhale, and topical. Sorry. It's been a long day. Oh, and also internally as well. And thank you for that little reminder there, Sherry. And I'm going to talk about internal uses also, because I am going to be talking about two of these oils that are on the top tier here. But if you see the top tier, I'll have white labels, and then the bottom is colored labels. Anything from Young Living that has a white label is labeled for vitality usage, which means that you can also take them internally as well. So they are safe for ingestion. So the three oils that I'm going to talk about tonight are three of my favorites, and especially this time of year, and I will explain that too. But the first one is lemon. So lemon, this is Vitality. It's a 5 ml bottle. If you were to purchase a 15 ml bottle, it's going to be in a yellow label. It's the same oil, but just know that in the white label, it's safe for internal use. Lemon is very clean, refreshing. I add a drop to my water bottle, as long as it's not a plastic water bottle, glass or stainless. You can put essential oils in them. I cook with it, I clean with it. So it's very cleaning, cleansing, detoxifying. So anything that you think of lemon, it's also doing to your system as well. So that's where the detoxification comes in. One of my favorite stories of usage with lemon, many years ago, I received a holiday candle. It was red wax. And those holiday candles that you get, the dye in them just kind of permeates throughout the whole candle and onto anything that it touches and gets in contact with. And the candle was sitting on our kitchen table for about a week. And I went to remove it, and my solid oak table had a round spludge of red dye from that candle on it. No matter what I tried over years, nothing would take it out. So my husband and I just kind of put a hot trivet over it to kind of cover the stain. Like, well, I don't want to see the red, so we're just going to put this nice little wolf, trivet over it and hide it. A couple of years ago, when I was moving the table away from our kitchen window, and I cleaned everything off the table, including the trivet, and I saw that red mark, I was like, I just wonder, lemon. It didn't take the polish off of the wood or any of the finish. I used probably about a half a bottle. I used quite a bit, but it's a cheaper oil, and I was fine with it. And I let it sit for about 10 minutes and a piece of paper towel, and literally the red dye just lifted right out of the wood. So I no longer have to have the trivet on my table. So cleansing, detoxifying, so many great uses for lemon. Another one is peppermint. So peppermint is a stronger oil. 1 drop is equivalent to 24 cups of peppermint tea. But peppermint is great for when I have tension. Even if I just inhale it, I can just kind of feel everything opening up, opens up your airway passages, tension, headaches. I'm just saying a couple of ways that I have used it, and also for cooking. So peppermint and chocolate go hand in hand. So in the winter months, peppermint hot chocolate, I make peppermint brownies, peppermint chocolate chip cookies. So there's a lot of different things that you can use peppermint for. And my third favorite is lavender. You're going to notice lavender is not in a white label. It doesn't come in the Vitality in the box, but it is also safe for internal use. So I think that's important to mention. that this one is also safe for internal use. Lavender is really like a Swiss Army knife of all essential oils. It is great for grounding and calming people down. Whenever I get a little anxiety, I always reach for the lavender. It's great for your skin. If you have any insect bites, my husband has been using lavender constantly. Mosquitoes love him, regardless of whatever he tries to use. He's like a mosquito magnet. So he uses lavender a lot. Cuts, insect bites, mosquitoes, or even bees. I mentioned skin. I use lavender in my face serum. It's great for the fine lines that you get as you get older. And you try to defy gravity. So lavender is a great oil. It's just all-around wellness. You can also add lavender to lemonade in the summer, and it is so refreshing. 1 drop to a glass of lemonade, and it's wonderful. So I mentioned these 3 are my favorites. So these 3 combined are actually a miracle powerhouse, I think. I have really bad sinuses. The mold with all the rain, the humidity, everything is just kind of really activating all of my sinuses. And these 3 together are a powerhouse. And it's kind of like a sinus buster. It's kind of what I call it, because it really just kind of helps open everything up so that I'm able to breathe and not be all stuffy and congested. So one of the ways that you can do that is you can make your own inhaler. So it's kind of hard here, but I'm going to try to hold this up. So just like a little inhaler, like a little Vicks inhaler, you can unscrew it, you can wave it underneath your nose, smell it, and all that's in here is a little wick. So on this wick, I am going to put in, I just dropped the wick. Sorry about that. So on this wick, I am going to put 3 drops of lemon. Three drops of the lavender. And 3 drops of peppermint. And then what I'm going to do is take the container and I'm going to put the wick right in it. And these come with little bottom caps. And I'm just going to snap the cap on. And it is totally sealed. And then I can use it. And like I said, it's like it's a huge pollen buster. It works so well this time of year and keeps me off of some of the over-the-counter products. So I forgot, who am I passing this over to?
I'm going to pass it to Kelly in just a moment, but I just wanted to add on, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So Angie was asking, why would you take lavender internally? So, and I did put it in the comments, but if you're not looking at the comments, if you might be on your phone. So lavender, even though the one in the starter kit has that solid label, there is a Vitality version. They're the same oil. We don't do anything better or different to make it safe for internal usage. That Vitality label is for the FDA. And Kelly's going to talk a little bit about our seed to seal in a moment. But basically what that means is when we have this white label and it's labeled Vitality, it's because the FDA said, you can't write down that you can use it topically and aromatically and internally. That would be like saying you could eat your lotion. So they wanted us to create different labels so that when you're new and learning, you see that white label and you're like, oh, okay, I can put it in my water. I can cook with it. I can put it in a capsule. And then as you learn more and become more familiar and you know how to do your research, it becomes easier. But lemon, lavender, and peppermint is life-changing. I have had asthma my entire life and I'm med-free, but you'll hear more about that later. But I used to take prescription allergy medication. And now I take 2 drops of lemon, lavender, and peppermint every day in a capsule, first thing in the morning. Done. So I just wanted to kind of add that in. So now we're going to kick it over to Kelly, and she's got some more good stuff to share with you.
Hello. Thank you, Sherry. So, my name is Kelly, and this is my first class. So be gentle, please. I got my start in oils because I was always interested in alternative medicine and natural health. I have a few chronic conditions, and I started feeling, a couple years ago, I started feeling like Western medicine had pretty much done what they could do for me, and I had reached a plateau in pretty much all of my chronic conditions. So I was going out to seek some more options and look for some more natural options, and I found essential oils among a lot of other things. And I went with Young Living in particular because of their Seed to Seal promise. And the Seed to Seal promise, it has 3 pillars that are sourcing, science, and standards. And with their sourcing, what they do, they have 24 corporate farms all around the world, which is awesome because that means that they get to be very exacting and detailed about the practices that go on at those farms as far as not using pesticides and using land that has not been, farmed conventionally in a very long time. And we also have farms that we partner with, and all of those farms are required to meet the same standards as all of the corporate farms, and they are contractually obligated to do that. So before they even start working with Young Living, they promise to hold the same standards, and they're audited, I think, pretty often. So they definitely keep to those standards. As far as science, they test Young Living tests all of their oils, both in-house at various labs in the company, and also with third-party testing companies. And they often reformulate products based on the latest research. So what they're looking for is for their products to be clean, so not containing any harmful ingredients, and effective. So if there's research saying that X thing is going to be more effective than the current thing that they have, then they will reformulate and make it more effective. And also, in addition to having all those corporate farms, all those corporate farms are also open. So if you happen to live near one, you can go there and take a tour and look around, and if they have a distillery, you can look around there and look at the farm, and it's a working farm. You get to go kind of watch how they do things and ask questions, take a tour. It's pretty cool. As far as standards, their corporate and partner farms must maintain a high level of sustainability, and they are working in lots of green practices. And they also make a positive contribution to their surrounding communities, which I thought was important because a lot of times when I'm shopping for things at the store or whatever, I'm looking for a lot of organic products, yes, but I'm also looking for a lot of fair trade products because there are a lot of imported organic products that that's great that they're organic, but maybe they don't treat their workers very well. So I'm also looking for fair trade products, and the fact that Young Living strives to make a positive contribution in their surrounding communities and treat their workers well was another reason that I went with Young Living. And they are committed to continuous improvement as well. Same with the products. If they find something that is more effective or more clean than what they currently have, they will reformulate and change the products. So I went with Young Living. And the first oil that I'm going to talk about is a blend called Digize. which is probably backwards on that, sorry. So Digize is blended to help support the digestive system. It has a whole bunch of oils in it. It has tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass, anise, and patchouli. So those are, a lot of those oils are pretty classic for helping people with their digestive system. Like ginger is used all the time for nausea. Peppermint, same thing. And tarragon, same. Anise, same. And so, like, basically, if I ever have any issues, one of my chronic conditions is a digestive condition. And if I have any issues with that condition, I have found so far in the last year and a half that Digize works for almost anything digestive related for me, which is saying a lot. So you can use Digize topically. You can put a drop under your tongue, which is considered topical, or you can roll it onto your tummy with a carrier. Now, when somebody told me that I could roll it onto my tummy with a carrier oil and it would work to help my digestive system, I was like, no, that's not true. That's not going to work. Like, why would that work, right? Like, you know, you put it on your skin and then it's like, what? Why would that work? It's not like my digestive system on the inside is hurting, not, you know, my tummy muscles or whatever. But I was amazed the first time I tried it. It worked. Put it under my tongue. It works in like less than 10 minutes. I put it on my tummy. It works in like less than 15. It's amazing. And you can also use it internally. As they were talking about before, they the white label is for the Vitality line, and that means that the oils that are in this blend are recognized by the FDA. Excuse me, cat. The oils that are used in this blend are generally recognized as safe by the FDA. So that means that you can use them internally. So you can also put it in a capsule and use it internally. Or what I do, I usually put a couple of drops in my smoothies every day. I have very big smoothies, so I would say 1 drop will probably do you if you have like a regular size smoothie. And you could diffuse it if you really wanted to. To tell you the truth, it doesn't smell great. It's kind of a weird. I mean, it's not made for the smell. It's made to help your digestive system. So I don't care how it smells or how it tastes because it works. I probably wouldn't ever diffuse it, so that would be weird. But I think there are a lot of people who actually like the smell, and that would work for them to diffuse it. My second oil that I'm going to talk about is Hanaway. This is another blend also. It has wintergreen, helichrysum, clove, and peppermint oils in it. And it is good for applying over your very sensitive muscles, especially after like a workout. If you worked out real hard and you come home and you're feeling a little sore, this is very good for that. You can apply it topically with a carrier oil. You can also diffuse it as well if you really like the smell. But again, this is one that's made more for that specific use topically. But if you like the smell, diffuse it. It has a very cooling sensation because of the peppermint and the wintergreen. So when you put it on, it's real cooling. And yes, exactly, it's nature's Bengay. So a lot of the products that you buy from, you know, the drugstore or whatever, to apply topically to your muscles are also cooling. That's kind of their selling point. And that's one thing that this definitely does very well. For this, again, I came into oils as a real skeptic. And like, it was just a thing that I was like, well, you know, I'm not going to use those plug-in things that smell nice in my house anymore because I know those aren't good. So I wanted to get, you know, essential oils for diffusion and also to kind of try out and see if they worked for, improving my body or my chronic conditions or whatever. So the first time I used Panaway, I don't even remember what I used it for, and I didn't feel like it worked for me. The second time I used Panaway, so this is one nugget of information, is definitely, even if it doesn't work the first time, give it a second try. Because when I tried Panaway the second time, I had taken my son to one of those trampoline parks, back when we could do that. And, I was 41 years old at the time, and I came home, and the next day I was like, my hips hurt like a lot. So I tried the Panaway again, and it worked like a charm. It, again, within a couple of minutes, sorry, cat, within a couple of minutes, it worked really well for me. So yeah, and one other thing, you can see, I don't know, maybe you can't see, but yeah, that's pretty, yeah. Yeah, he wants to be in all the shows. This particular bottle has a lock top on it because this blend contains wintergreen, and wintergreen to kids tends to smell like candy. So in order to, it's a child safety top, so that your kids can't get into it, because you don't want your kids to be drinking the oil thinking it's candy. So there are a few oils that Young Living sells that have these child lock tops on them. And pretty much any product that has wintergreen in it will have the child lock on the top. And my last oil is one of my favorites. It is Peace and Calming. This is another blend, and it does exactly what it says it does for me. Like, it's amazing. This one has tangerine, orange, ylang ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. It smells fantastic when diffused. Sorry, cat. Smells fantastic when diffused. And it tends, if you throw it in your diffuser after work or after school or whatever, and it just calms the whole house down. It's really nice. And you can also apply it topically with a carrier. Sometimes I use it as perfume because I really like the scent. You can put it like on your neck or behind your, you can put it anywhere, but I would put it on my neck or behind my ears so that I can kind of smell it while I'm wearing it. And also another favorite way to use it for me is I like to put it on my diffuser jewelry. So I have a couple of things. You may have seen these in stores. Yeah, the cat wants to use all the oils. Usually these are made with some of those lava beads, and then just some pretty stuff to make it look nice. So what you can do is how I do it is I put the bracelet in my hand, and I just like drop 1 or 2 drops of the oil straight on to one of the lava beads or wherever it goes, and then I usually am not that good at aiming for lava beads, so it usually ends up in my palm, and then I'll just kind of rub the bracelet around so that it gets all the oil in it, and then wear it for as long as it lasts, and it lasts quite a while. And it's very calming, so it's wonderful. And like I was saying earlier about Panaway, every person is different and will react to oils differently, and every body is different and will react to oils differently. There are a number of other blends and oils that are really good for calming and bringing peace to your life. My favorite is Peace and Calming. There is another blend called Stress Away that Sherry's going to talk about later. But for now, I'm going to pass it over to Veronica.
Hi guys. So let me start by sharing with you guys how I got started. So I've been dabbling with like oils before, like mostly just lavender, store-bought oils. And if you've smelled like store-bought oils, yes, I did, like compared to Young Living, it smells like so different. It's like night and day. But anyways, I was just like using it before, just like for smell and stuff. But fast forward to me having my twin boys. My twin boys have very sensitive skin, and one of them have really like a bad case of eczema. So, the doctor has been prescribing steroids, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's good for, a lot of things, but like for them to say put steroids on a baby every single day, you guys, that just breaks my heart, and like, having kids, I feel like, you want the best for them. So I started researching, and I found all these like DIYs about essential oils, and if you know me, I'm not really a DIY person, but hey, anything for my kids, right? So I researched it and I found essential oils, and I went with Young Living just because of, I did all of the research, and their seed to seal is one of, the main reasons I went with Young Living. It's just like, it's all natural, organic, and they're very transparent about their process. So, anyways, so I've got my kit, attended a class, got my kit, and as they say, the rest is history. Like I've used like, I did a DIY balm for my son, and he never had to like put steroids again on his skin. So I'm just like, sold. And ever since then, I'm just like obsessed with, Young Living products, not just the oils, but, the whole lifestyle. So let me share with you like few of my favorite oils. One of them is Citrus Fresh. So this comes also in a Vitality bottle. I know you guys have heard earlier that the white label is Vitality, which means you can ingest it. And this oil is a blend of citrus oils, and it smells amazing. It has like lemon, mandarin, tangerine, orange, grapefruit, and spearmint. So I use this in my water or in my diffuser necklace. Like, it's like, I love this oil because it's just like, it keeps everything fresh, the house, the car, me. That's why I use it kind of like, in my diffuser necklace, like a perfume or whatnot. And the smell is so uplifting, and I feel like it keeps me in a very positive mood. So if I could just like sprinkle it to everyone sometimes, like, when I'm at work, I'm like, here you go, you guys, we need like some energy here, or like, positivity. Anyways, so that's Citrus Fresh for you. And I feel like when you put it in your water, aside from the very those flavors bursting in your mouth, it gives you like kind of like a fresh breath too. I think it's the spearmint that does it, because it has like that spearmint in it, aside from all the citrus oils. The next one is yes, it's good on wool dryers too, for in replacement for your dryer sheets. The next one is frankincense. So you guys, I love this oil. This is like amazing. I think it's good for almost everything, like, for respiratory support, for your skin, for mental wellness. Like sometimes if it helps you like focus. Sometimes when I feel a little of like a brain fog or something, I diffuse it. Or if I want like, an instant, like 5 minute, like right away, I put like a drop on my crown. Oops, I think I put 2 drops there, but it smells amazing. Then I just rub it like here on my crown, and yeah, and I feel more focused, and it's just like good also if you're practicing yoga or meditation. It's also good to diffuse. Also, I mix it with like kind of like my Aoi oil for my kids, like lavender and frankincense on this roll-on, and then a carrier oil. You can use like, carrier oil, you can use coconut oil or V6 oil, and I just like rub it on Aoi's. Or sometimes if I have like, I don't know if you guys can see my zit right there, so I kind of like apply it over there. And like, you can also make it as a serum if you want, like, those dropper bottles and stuff, you can make it as a serum. And it's also good for, you can apply it on your chest if you need an extra respiratory support, especially like around this time. You could diffuse it with on its own or with teas. Actually, my next favorite oil is Thieves. So, oh my God. So guys, Thieves is the bomb. This is like one of like Young Living's, well, I shouldn't say one, but it's like the most popular blend for immune support. And it comes in a Vitality bottle as well, which means you can ingest it. And it comes in like the regular bottle, but this one is a 15 ml. It's just because, you know, it's the same thing. It's the same Thieves, just different bottle. I feel like if I get the 15 ml, it just like gives me more bang for my buck, as they say it. But the Thieves blend was inspired by like the French thieves. I think, I forget which century, 15th century or something, or 16th, something like that. Anyways, they were robbing dead people, you guys. I'm like, seriously? Like, why rob dead people? I mean, like, why rob anyone at all, right? But, you know, like during the plague, those robbers, they're not getting sick. And, you know, they got caught and they're supposed to be, you know, oh, they're going to be sentenced to death or something like that. But the judge was like, okay, if you guys disclose why you guys were not getting sick while you're robbing during the plague, then, you know, we'll set you free. So they disclosed that they put on clove, lemon, rosemary, cinnamon all over their body to protect them. So that inspired Thieves. So, and I believe this blend has eucalyptus radiata. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but that's one of like also the most gentlest or gentle like eucalyptus that Young Living has. So that's the story behind Thieves. You know, as I said earlier, this is like one of like, you know, the best in oil or for immune support that Young Living created a whole line of like products based on Thieves. Like we have like the Thieves cleaner, Thieves laundry, you name it, Young Living has it. So this is great for boosting your immune support. And actually I have, this is, I know it's like, it's not a nice label, but I have like, I just put like a label maker, like general label maker, but in our immune support roll on, this has Thieves and frankincense, which I mentioned earlier, and oregano. So we actually call this pizza feet because it smells like pizza, and we roll it on our feet instead of, you know, rolling all over, because I don't know, if you want to smell like pizza, it's fine, right? But if you don't, you roll it on your feet and put on your socks. So I put this on my boys, on me, and on my husband, you know, for extra immune support aside from our multivitamins that we take. Also, we also have like a Thieves throat spray. I thought I put it here, but it's just like Thieves vodka. I mean, any type of vodka. If you have like Tito's, I'm kind of like stingy with my Tito's. So sometimes I buy like a separate vodka for my throat spray. So it's just like Thieves, vodka, and then a little bit of water. And then I just like spray it when I feel kind of like, you know, there's a little like itchiness or something different in my throat. Aside from the oils, aside from my favorite oils, the premium starter kit that Verna showed earlier comes with the Thieves hand sanitizer, which comes, it also has peppermint oil. So it smells amazing because it has the Thieves and then the peppermint, which kind of like makes it a little bit less drying. And all you need is just a little drop, and then just rub it on your hands. My boys use this. My boys love this because it smells amazing, and it's non-drying and non-toxic hand sanitizer for you guys, and safe for kids. My boys are 5 years old, by the way. I have twin boys. Also, the premium starter kit comes with Thieves spray. See, I told you guys, right? Thieves, like Young Living made a whole line of lifestyle stuff around Thieves because it's just the bomb. This is legit, you guys. It's just the bomb. So Thieves spray. This is like, you know, perfect, you know, on the go cleaning solution. You know, if you're like, for example, you don't have a cleaner or something, you just like spray it. Your laptop, spray it, you know. I use this on like, you know, on my kids' car seats if I don't have time to really like clean it, especially around these time, like if we go out, as soon as we got off the car, I sprayed our car seats, just, like an extra protection. And you can spray it on the handles if you're, feeling kind of like, I don't have time to clean, just like spray it on the handles in your house or whatever. And we actually, we went to Disney World in March, first week of March, like around a week and a half or 2 weeks before they shut it down. And you guys, we have this all over, like the sanitizer, we have the wipes, and then we have this like all over, like we spray it on the plane, the hotel, and of course we have our diffuser going like every single day in our hotel room. But so there you go. I just love Young Living, and that's all for now. And I'm going to kick you back to Sherry.
All right, thanks, ladies. You guys all did a great job. So I'm going to wrap up, but first I wanted to let you know a little bit more. I kind of teased you a little bit. So I knew nothing about essential oils, like nothing. I would see things in the grocery stores like, oh, yeah, people use that to make their house smell nice. Well, in March of 2015, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune. No warning, no family history. I went from feeling fine to, by the end of the week when I went into a full flare, I couldn't dress myself. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I was in a full body flare for about 5 months. I was on heavy doses of prednisone, and I was on all the other big gun medications, and it really did nothing for my condition. I was taking 12 Advil a day to function. And I'm a teacher for my day job. I teach 8-year-olds. I teach 90 to 100 8-year-olds a day. So it's not like I have a job where I'm sitting. I'm up moving around, and I was moving like a 95-year-old woman. I could barely move. I couldn't do anything with my hands. Everything hurt. So I went looking, and actually on Facebook, I saw an ad for a class kind of like this. And it was like, are you looking for something better? And it was like, yes, I am. So I went to a class at my local library, but I heard the exact same information you're hearing here today. I had to go home and research a little bit, but some of the things that really alarmed me was finding out about the things that I had in my home that I didn't know were probably making me ill. They were contributing to what at the age of 47 was now this autoimmune disease. I was the queen of those little air fresheners, like where every 90 seconds it would poof out, the Hawaiian breeze or the pine forest smell, because, I have dogs. I didn't want my house to smell like a dog. I wanted it to smell like a Hawaiian breeze. But do you know, and maybe you know better than me, but I didn't know that there is formaldehyde in your air fresheners? Yeah, formaldehyde. It's a cancer-causing agent. The FDA allows that in there. Companies don't have to tell you what's in those products because it's under the word fragrance, because it's a proprietary blend. But there is formaldehyde in those air fresheners, people. When I came home from that class that first night, I started taking away all of the air fresheners. And I mean, they were everywhere. I even had the plugins and the little machines. My husband looked at me and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, trust me, you're going to thank me. Like, I've been killing us. Now, I've had asthma my entire life. I probably made it worse my entire adult life with that. I learned about like the chemicals in my soap and in my shampoos and in our toothpaste. Guys, sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS. Go look at your toothpaste if you're using store-bought toothpaste. Sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS, is an industrial degreaser that was made to get grease off of garage floors. It's in your toothpaste. It's what makes it foamy. Known endocrine and hormone health disruptor. Now, your body's meant to break down all the chemicals, but over time, and women especially, your body is accumulating more and your body can't break them down as fast anymore because you have had a lifetime of accumulation. And so mine caught up to me at age 47 and said, tag, you're it. And my immune system started to fight against me. So I went to this class and was blown away. And I was like, well, it can't be anything worse than what I got going now. So I bought my essential oils, and I was also a girl that wouldn't even take a multivitamin because, they didn't make me feel better. Well, once I started learning about the Young Living products, I brought down, if you guys can see in this cup, There are about maybe 16 pills in there. This is my cup of supplements that I take tomorrow morning. The girl who wouldn't take a multivitamin, because guys, they've changed my life. Young Living doesn't just do oils. They have a supplement line, a makeup line, a skincare line, an antioxidant drink that I'm going to talk to you about. Like, it's really a lifestyle change. When I learned how to get the chemicals out of my home, I switched all the bad things I was buying for the good things. I have to tell you that since March of 2016, I'm medication free. My rheumatologist was ready to put me on a biologic because nothing was working. I have had zero medication, including asthma meds, which I had been on since age 3. I have not used an inhaler since March of 2016. My mother still will cry knowing that because she watched me suffering and running me to the emergency room my entire childhood. So guys, when you make those changes, when you find out the things that aren't healthy in your home and you remove them and make those natural swaps, you're going to see a difference. So I talked about that antioxidant drink, so I want to talk about that first. And I know Vera loves to hear this story. So I am going to talk about Ningxia Red. In the bottom of your box that you saw Verna hold up at the beginning, you actually get 2 packets of this. Guys, when you get your starter kit, put these in the refrigerator right away. I have so many people that are like, yeah, they're still in the box. No, put them in the refrigerator and try it. These are great because they're like to go. Think of like your kids with a juice box. You literally just like tear the tab off the top and you drink it right through the pouch. Now, this is a 2-ounce pouch, but they recommend 1 to 2 ounces a day for overall health and wellness. So this is a super antioxidant drink. Now, Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, he went to different cultures around the world to find out like what was in their environment that was helping their keys to longevity. Like, what is it that they're eating or that they're living around that helps them be healthy and live a long time? Well, when he got to the Ningxia province of China, they were living into their 90s and beyond, and they had great eyesight and they were in really good health. Notice I said eyesight. So he found that in the Ningxia province of China, they grow the Ningxia wolfberry. So you've probably heard of a goji berry. The goji berry is grown in India. Well, the wolfberry is like the cousin to the goji berry, and it comes from the Ningxia province of China. So the wolfberry is what's used as the base for this drink. Now, my husband was diagnosed with a rare form of macular degeneration 2 years ago, 3, I can't remember anymore. But it was pattern dystrophy macular degeneration, and very quick onset. And when we went to the ophthalmologist who sent us to the retinologist, they were like, we don't know if we can make this better. And they said, we're going to give you an injection in your eye, and you're going to take this eye vitamin every day for the rest of your life. So they gave him like the Arids too. You've probably seen them in the stores. And of course, me, you know, I was already very well, deeply immersed into Young Living. I had to Google it and see what was in there. And the main ingredient for eye health is zeaxanthin. There is more naturally occurring zeaxanthin in a wolfberry than they could ever synthetically manufacture in that eye vitamin. I started having my husband drink 4 ounces a day every day. Long story short, he had a total of 2 injections in his eye. And every time we go every 6 months now to the retinologist will look at the results and look at him and say, your eyesight's better now than it was a year ago. And my husband will say, I know. And he's 54. So it's not just for your immune system, guys. It's proven to help the macula of your eye. So seriously, it's great for eye health as well. So I drink 2 to 4 ounces every day because it's a great thing to help keep you above the wellness line. I have an autoimmune. I teach 8-year-olds when we're actually in school, and I have not been sick in over 4.5 years. Just saying. And of course, I'm not going to get a flu shot. I'm not going to put that stuff into my body. So that's that. And now the last 3 oils. First big one, Valor. This is my jam. I mean, we all kind of talked about our jam. So Valor is your bravery oil. So this is an amazing blend. And I think this one pairs really well with Kelly's Peace and Calming. because they're similar because they both have blue tansy in them. But this one also has black spruce, it's got frankincense, it's got geranium and camphor wood. Now, a little story about blue tansy. When Kelly was talking about seed to seal and how our products are tested, back when I first joined in the fall of 2015, blue tansy comes from our farm in Ecuador, and it was harvested and it was distilled. And when they tested it, it didn't meet standards. So what that means is that when they were testing it, it didn't have the constituents that it should have. So whether it was a rainy year or a drought year, the oil wasn't testing out accurately. So Gary Young said, well, we can't use it. It's the main ingredient in the blend of Valor and Peace and Calming. So do you know what happened? We did not have Valor or Peace and Calming for 18 months in Young Living, because it's not about making it work. It's about it has to do what it's supposed to do. These are some of the biggest sellers in Young Living, but it's not about profit. It's about the oil doing what it's meant to do. So all of the members at the time were like, okay, what are we going to do? I can't live without my Valor or Peace and Calming. But now that they have figured out how to better grow this at our farm in Ecuador, and we have a very sustainable source, you get it in your starter kit now, guys. This was added to the starter kit like a year and a half ago. And before that, we were fighting to have it. So this is amazing. I roll it on my spine every day. I feel like it just like gives me the courage to get up and tackle my day. And if you or your significant other happens to snore, you may want to roll some on their big toe. Just saying. The big toe is your VitaFlex point for the brain. And my husband gets to wake up every morning because I haven't done this a little too hard to him every night because he rows Valor on his big toe. So just a little tip. Next one I want to talk about is Raven. So Raven has that childproof cap. So quiz time, what does that mean? Do you remember? It means it's got wintergreen in it. Okay. So another one that you'll want to just be aware of using it around your children because you don't want them to drink it down. Raven, really easy to remember. Raven is for respiratory. This smell, it's amazing. So I like to make a chest rub with this. I mean, we're fortunate because Young Living just came out with a new Thieves chest rub. So, you know, like Vicks, you know, like the Vicks Vapor Rub, which is all petrochemicals. You don't want to use that. I would mix Raven with a carrier oil and put that on my chest when I was congested. But we even now have a chest rub. Like, how amazing is that? But this is great. Kind of opens you up. So it's a blend of Ravensara, lemon, wintergreen, peppermint, and Eucalyptus radiata. And like Vera said, Eucalyptus radiata is like the mildest of the eucalyptus family. So it's just wonderful in the diffuser or topically. And then last oil is Stress Away. Like, I don't know about you, but since quarantine in March, like, I feel like I just need to like inhale this by the bottle. Remote learning and remote teaching is not my jam. It was a very stressful few months, and I have a feeling it's going to continue. So I might have to buy more and bathe in it pretty soon. But Stress Away, I like to call this a margarita in a bottle because it's a great blend. It's got lime, so that's where the margarita comes in. It's got cedar wood, which is a very calming oil. It's got copaiba, which is an amazing oil for anxiety. It's also got, I know I'm missing something. Oh, lavender. It's got lavender in there. So this is a really nice, to me, it reminds me of like a beach when I smell it. I don't know why, but it makes me like want to be at a beach. I like that. Yes, vacation in a bottle. So this one, I will put it on my diffuser necklace, or like Kelly showed you on the lava bracelets. It's great in the diffuser or just topically as a perfume. So those are the oils. And guys, I know there was so much information here tonight. So we talked to you about 3 ways to use them. We talked to you about the amazing Young Living farms and the seed to sale process, which is really what makes Young Living stand apart. Verna and I have both been to the farm in Mona, Utah. I know Kelly and Vera can't wait to get there. And I've also been to our farm in Naples, Idaho, where I was actually part of harvesting the Idaho balsam fir trees and got to watch the entire distilling process in action, and I bottled my own bottle of oil. No other company will do that. If you call any of the essential oil company and ask them where their farms are, they're just going to say, oh, we can't tell you that, because they don't know. So you really, just like with your food, you want to know where it comes from. We buy organic. We look for those non-GMO project verified labels, right? You want to know your farmer for your oils as well. So now comes the good part. How do you get started? Well, you're going to go back to the person that shared this class with you, and they're going to help you get started. So the cost of all of this, guys, it's an amazing deal. And when I first started, I thought it was expensive. And now I know it was like the best investment I ever made for my health. You get all of the oils, you get the Thieves hand sanitizer and the spray, the 2 packets of Ningxia Red, and either of those diffusers. And it's only $165, guys. If you go onto the Young Living website and you want to just order like 3 bottles of oil, you are going to buy those as a retail member, and you're probably going to spend close to $100 for 3 bottles of oil. That bottle of frankincense in this kit, that bottle alone is $43. You get all 12 oils and the diffuser for $165. And here's the best part. How many of you have like a Costco or a Sam's Club membership, right? So you pay for the privilege to go buy your stuff. Well, Young Living is a setup like that, but you don't pay for your membership. Your starter kit is your membership cost. You don't pay a yearly fee. You just buy the stuff you love. But when you are a member, you get 24% off the retail pricing. So that's why you want to get a starter kit. But there's even more. So when I joined, the girl that I signed up with, my good friend Stacy, she knew I had this autoimmune, and she helped me do some research. And we saw that people with my autoimmune were drinking a lot of this Ningxia Red to help boost their immune system and keep them above the wellness line. So I knew that this was going to be part of my daily routine. So I joined something right away called Essential Rewards. So Essential Rewards is our monthly auto ship program. And every month I can go in and order whatever I need. But here's the thing. I get free stuff for ordering the stuff I need, and they give me points back. Now, Walmart and Target never gave me anything back for buying the stuff I need. And this month, if you join and you buy your kit and you join as an Essential Rewards member, you don't have to buy anything else. You just buy your kit, but you're also going to get another free bottle of oil called Envision, which is amazing. So I hope this class has been helpful. Go back to your friend that sent you this class and ask them all the questions, because they are here to support you. And you don't just get that one person that sent you this class. You get this community. We are one big Young Living community that works together to help everybody learn how to best use their oils. So I hope this was informative, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.